Can you build muscle or the body you want with just 3 exercises? Let's look at this question. So yes and no. Firstly, it depends on which exercises you pick. If you were to pick dips, push-ups and pull-ups, then no, you would build muscle, but the muscle gains would not be balanced. But if you were to pick a pulling, pushing and leg exercise, then yes you can. The question is, how do you build muscle with only 3 exercises? This type of training can be called minimalist, and many people like me promote this style of training. Like I said before, you need to make sure the minimal exercises you pick cover most of the muscles on the body and create a balanced program. My favorite is a pull-up variation or an inverted row variation if you can't do pull-ups, dips or push-ups depending on your strength or equipment, and a squat variation. The key thing to remember is, as long as you are progressive with your training, you will be able to build muscle and get stronger. In many cases with minimalist training, due to less exercises and therefore easier to recover from, you are able to work out more often, and this can help you to get in enough weekly volume to build muscle. A classic style is a push-pull legs workout doing a 5x5, a great program for size and strength. This style of training works if you do calisthenics or weightlifting or are doing both together. You will likely get best results combining or being able to do both forms, but use whichever you have access to and what you're passionate about. A quick example where this style works is in powerlifting, where they focus on the squat, deadlift and bench. These 3 exercises pretty much hit every muscle. Sure, they may add in other exercises to hit certain muscles if imbalances arise or they need extra work to increase their main lifts, but their main focus is on these 3, and we can all agree that some powerlifters are both strong and muscular. So let's look at some pros and cons of free lift or minimalist style programming and training. So the first pro is your training is super focused, meaning you get very efficient within movements, meaning you get very good and strong at those movements. Pro number 2 is it forces you to focus on exercises that give you more bang for your buck and you leave out unnecessary exercises. Number 3, your workouts can be a lot quicker, so they're perfect for people short on time or who prefer quicker workouts. Number 4, you're less likely to overtrain and it's easier to control your recovery. Number 5, progressive overload is easier to create and track with less exercises. Number 6, likely able to increase workout frequency, which is great for increasing weekly volume. Volume is a big driver for hypertrophy and exercise frequency. The more often you do exercises, the better you get, and this increases your strength quickly. So now we know that these are the pros, let's have a look at some of the cons. Number 1, there's less variety to your training, which can make it more boring. Number 2, doing the same exercises over and over again can increase repetitive strain injury or maybe hitting a plateau, but subtle changes can reduce this. So an example would be switching from a pull-up to a chin-up, maybe ring push-ups for the standard push-up. Number 3, less exercises can mean less volume, and less volume could lead to less hypertrophy. One way to combat this is to make sure that you keep your work sets high, or the amount of volume you do in your sets, or increase your workout frequency so your overall weekly volume is still good. Number 4, depending on exercises chosen, muscular imbalances could arise, or certain muscles may not grow as much as you would like and you may need to do extra work on them. An example of this would be if you're doing a triceps and you're working your chest muscles, whether it's the dips, you may find your chest and your shoulders grow well but your triceps don't, and they end up being a weak link for you, or maybe they're not as big as you like. So actually adding in, you would need to add in a little bit of extra tricep work to help up with that. So number 5 is the legs are hard to grow and they need a lot of work, either with volume or intensity. So you may need extra exercises to reach your goals for your legs. This is especially true when it comes to calisthenics, when you're dealing with body weight exercises, even unilateral work or one-legged work, because it may not be enough to really stress the legs to be able to push them further. You may be able to get past this if you're doing something like barbell squats, because it's very easy to overload them, and in many cases the squat is more than enough for building big, strong, powerful legs. But give it a go yourself and let me know how you get on. Subscribe for more fitness content, and I'll see you in the next video.